And welcome back for another deck showcase. So this time we are using Fatui deck. Okay, so we're going second. So we plan to remove that Goba since Goba now has been nerfed. So -1 card for the draw. So we can choose it on first round. So our deck goals here is to maximize Jeht, since Jeht is kinda OP in this version or in this format. Since opponent chose to start with Raiden Shogun, and I think most of the characters rely on Raiden Shogun burst. By killing it, we can totally shut down or stop opponent. How? Signora's skill deal additional 1 damage during end phase. Then by switching to Lyney, we can summon Green Malkin. And the Green Malkin will deal additional 1 damage during end phase, dealing a total of 8 damage and killing Raiden Shogun. I know we're tuning a lot, but I think this is worth it, since killing Raiden Shogun will slow opponent's deck. Okay, so 1 damage from Signora, followed by Green Malkin. So there, killing Raiden Shogun. And switching to, I think, Toma for shield. Oh, already done? So let's proceed for another game. Oh, this time it's a freeze deck using Nilo, Ganyu, and Mona. Again, our deck goals is to kill 1 if we can using Signora and Lyney, but if we cannot, let's maximize Jeht, since Jeht is kinda OP in this format. Oh, I think we cannot do FTK since we're experiencing dice cringe. But what we can do is to use the 2 conspiracy, then followed by Lipen, and equipping Gamblers. Kinda sad since we cannot deal damage this round, and those dice gives cringe a lot. So hoping for a better draw. Okay, so by switching Mona, I think opponents plan to tank those 2 conspiracy with Mona and switch to Ganyu for freeze, but let's avoid that. So let's switch to Lyney, then summon Green Malkin.
It's an honor to be.
By summoning Green Malkin, we will now have 3 elements for those bodyguards, and bodyguards will give us 3 draw by end phase. So opponent opt to use Nilo, but why? Anyway, so by using Goba, hoping for draw, and I think we can tune for Setaria, but we draw Ito card, and Ito card is much better than Setaria, since my character now is near 0 HP. So I think if Ganyu luckily uses Undivided Heart or Ganyu Talent time, Lyney will die and we can proc Ito card. I realized that my support arrangement will not trigger Weeping Willow, so we lost 2 chance to draw there for Jeht. I think Jeht stock now is at 3. 1 for Liven, 1 for the bodyguard, and I think 1 for the box. Oh, so opponent now switched to Ganyu, and I'm pretty sure that Ganyu now has Undivided Heart. So we will just let Lyney die. Then we can use Ito card afterward. So we still also have Star Sign for Lynette burst. Whoa, Opponent tuned 4 cards for Ganyo, so I think I'm not the only one experiencing dice range. But I think we are on the better side, since we can just switch to Lynette, ramp up with the Ben, while the extra dice given by the Ito card will be used for gamblers. We now have 2 hand cards remaining, and that triggers Weeping Willows for additional 2 cards. Okay, so we got 1 Jeht. Finally, we got 1, and I think we are at 3 stack. 4 when we lost that Liben. And we also have Vanessa. By using 3 aligned dice, we gain additional 1 die. And since this deck usually tune a lot, so it's not problem to us. Well, even if we want to burst, I think using skill here first to kill Mona will be better. But let's prepare to make Jeht stack to 5.
Over here.
So drawing another 3 cards, hoping for a Jeht. Oh, it's Vanessa. But Vanessa is still okay. Now Lyney is frozen. Let's switch to Signora. Then use the Vanessa. Tune for 2 to 3 dice in case we don't get cryo. Oh, we got 1. But we will still tune for 3 so that we can reduce our hand cards, triggering Weeping Willow at end phase. Anyway, let's do for first for handshake.
My contract goes on.
So we just skill for game. Okay, so let's do another game. Oh, another freeze deck with Ayaka, Xingqiu, and Kokomi. But I think we will be the one freezing them, since Kokomi's and Xingqiu skill will apply Hydro status on them. And using Signora, we can freeze them or slow down their shenanigans. Well, we got to Dunya and hoping we can get another Jeht, so that this game will be faster when we get already 1 Jeht. So I think we're not looking any more cards, so let's just waste support for Jeht. For the 2 remaining dice, we can use it for casting 1 Jeht and Weeping Willow for another draw.
No, my sword.
So we already inflict 2 element, and then we will switch to Lyney for the 3rd element for the bodyguard. You know, I never got good cards on Sunyata, so usually I use the cards given by Sunyata for tuning. But this time we got Rana. So Rana is good for this deck since we rely much on skill. And a lot of cards in this deck uses at least one dice. Okay, so let's attempt to do
The pale
one
flame
turn kill
smolders.
via Signora's skill followed by Lyney. But I don't think opponent will stay on Ayaka. So after Ayaka frees my Signora,
Whirling snow.
for sure opponent will switch either with Xingqiu or Kokomi. But I think Kokomi is a better
It's
choice
an honor to be here.
since Kokomi can refresh or reset or remove the pyro status. See,
Rest and rebuild.
opponent summon the jellyfish to remove the pyro resonance. But anyway, we can just proceed with the Jeht shenanigan, removing supports so that in case we burst with Lyney or Signora, we can spam a lot of skills or normal attacks. Oh, we got Vanessa. So during dice roll, we must have at least 3 aligned dice so that we can use it for the Vanessa. Okay, we can use those Hydro for Vanessa. But I think, yeah, we can use it. So we need to sacrifice one more or 2 if we use the Weeping Willow. Then we replace it with the Silly. And using Star Sign, we can now burst with Lyney, gaining additional 8 dice.
Here comes the finale.
Okay, so by using burst, we trigger both Jeht and gaining 8 more Omni dice. So I think this is the last chance for Xingqiu to burst,
Let me weave you a
since we
verse.
can kill it with Lyney. Or not. So we're short
Now
on 1
disappear.
damage. But we can just swirl with Lynette. But I think opponent will switch to Kokomi. Let's see. Oh, you see. So that's the ideal since Kokomi has the highest HP remaining. With that, let's proceed by doing burst with Signora.
Sweet immolation.
Hoping for a good draw. So please Silly, give me. Okay, so good, we got Vanessa again. So this Vanessa is the MVP of this deck. So by using Vanessa and then go back for additional draw. Oh, we got also the box, so we got free gamblers. So I think this is good for game.
Is it time
So
for a
let's call it a
magic
GG. And yeah, by tuning cards, we can double kill Kokomi and
Over
Xingqiu.
here. I am.
So there you have it.
Delayed.
So we will just NA or do skill for Lynette, killing Ayaka, and go for
here.
game.
Pardon my.
So that's all. I don't know if you're liking my voice or you like this new format of doing Genshin TCG, but if you do have suggestion, just comment down below. And bye!